Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. Ya Ali Madad. In honor of His Highness Agha Khan, some force has helped me say Ya Ali Madad. Otherwise, I don't want to use His Highness Agha Khan. And I never wanted to use any human being for my benefit or interest against them, or if I put them in jeopardy or risk any of their things in life or their life. But this is my case. I've been unable to even work on internet because I know there is someone trying to harass me. They found me on YouTube and they're harassing me. But I know that there is someone wanting to hurt me, and they're spread apart in the world. Like wherever I am, their relatives are. And even in Karachi, these are our places like Dubai, Karachi, London. So in London also, they wouldn't leave me. My aunt Mutahar had to come to London to see me. She wanted to know where I live and she wanted to see me. I didn't want to see her. And Roya Jawad had called me. She wanted to know something that she could not find out herself. And then in my hostel, when she had called me, I missed her call, but I was told that Roya had taken my hostel number from my father. And so then afterwards, an Irani young girl came to my hostel for a little while, and she wanted to become friends with me and all that. So I cannot give you details, and no evidence, but I know that these people are after my life. They don't want me to succeed in anything. And I know my enemies, they're doing black magic, because I've heard that Masuma, Muhammad Jawad's ex-wife, does black magic in Dubai too. She gave this Filipino maid such a bad stomach ache that it was not healing. And another Filipino, a very bad headache, I had to take her to the hospital here in Dubai. And they have also bought and bribed Mutahar. When I was in Karachi American School, and I don't know who they know, and how Mutahar got all this money later on with a tuition master, married to a tuition master, when once she didn't have any money for an apartment to live in Karadar. And the way this sister of my aunt, my mother's sister. Sorry, I'm kind of tired. So I'm making these mistakes. I have a case against Mutahar Usmani and her husband Shabir Usmani, who has been her accomplice, helping her, and with my enemies against me. You will not believe this. They are such liars. The way they act and everything, it's so out of it. You will not believe me. They cry. She cries, and she's really like, oh, Zahra has such a good heart, and I pray for her, and then she cries. And if you say anything to her, like ask her about her jinns and where she got the money from, she will evade you in such a way you can't even question these people. But she comes and she can question how much is the apartment for, how much is this for, and how much is that for. This is a group of criminals, corrupted people. Mutahar Usmani, Shabir Usmani, Roya Jawad, Huma Iqbal Sajwani, Marion Williamson Matthew from Karachi American School, Masuma Irani. I really don't know how to get them to confess because they evade me. There's no way I can deal with it. And if I try to even think about it, it provokes such an anger because I'm so heartbroken by what they did and the way they breached my trust. Especially this aunt of mine, Mutahar, Usmani. I mean, this is her married name, the last name Usmani. Can you please ask where she got all this money from? Trace her money down, ask her husband, interrogate, where did she get this money from? Did her father-in-law, if her father-in-law was rich at that time, they could have bought the apartment for Shabir Usmani. How did the father get rich, father-in-law? So where are they getting this money from to buy one house in Defense and then to give an apartment for to her sister, the youngest sister? And then after a week they had a disagreement or something. So Mutahar flared up and started threatening her youngest sister to vacate her apartment. And then she's recently been after her husband, her brother-in-law, crying over the phone and telling her family that the brother-in-law has given her a lot of problem. She bought this flat for her sister. And so she went there for a visit to Karachi and lived there. So the brother-in-law started to give her problems there. And I'm sure it wasn't him. I'm sure because I know the way she gets on people's nerves. So, and the way she lies. Please try to see. I can't tell you how these people deceive and lie, and one cannot trust them alone in the room. Even if I go to a guest's house, I would not do this. I would not do this. Oh my goodness, this is so much hypocrisy. And she says that she prays Quran. I mean, she recites the Quran, and she's got salats to pray. And another thing is that her daughter has given me this strange excuse for her mother, Mutahar, that she's a jahil. Ignorance is a great cause of corruption, but it is no excuse for corruption. If the person doesn't want to get corrupt, there is always a way. Either you go to God, or you go soul searching, or you go to your mother, or some religious scholar, or support community, and ask for prayers and blessings. And since a long time now, we've got therapists. They can go to therapists. There is also guidance, counseling, and we can also go to someone in the family that you trust. You can talk to, you can confide in about your uncontrollable behavior, like I did when I was feeling that I can't control myself or something is going to happen. I ran to Miss Desa and I went to her house and told her that I was scared. And I've also gone to my grandaunt, whom I trusted, and she gave me a solution, prayers. And I've gone to someone else also, a pious person, whom my friend told me he can give you some names of God or some prayer. He can bless you. And he did. But nothing stopped the tragedy from happening between Miss Desa and I. Patience, forbearance has no virtue. You have to put your foot down. Don't be so good. It can ruin lives. It can mess up lives. It can bring so much darkness and evil to the world. It can envelope your life with evil, darkness, and then you have nowhere to go. Even God doesn't come. So there are situations like that that can be really deadly, lethal spiral. Pull you down, keep pulling you down. And you're waiting for the right thing, the right time. God takes a long time at times against these evil people. They can just destroy your everything, your house, in 1 minute. What you've worked for, let's say if you're trustworthy and they start to make you, spoil your reputation from a very young age. So life's about a fight between evil and good. Because these evil people, they cannot stand you, they cannot stand good people wanting to be good, trying to be good. Maybe we'll never be good. Actions may go wrong, but we're trying. And they can't see this. They can't even see that we were blessed with wealth. And they were too at time, like Muhammad Jawad and Masuma Irani. But even if there isn't abundance in this world, however, my grandaunt used to say, Allah ki kainat pe mein koi kami nahi hai. And then she had, to my shock, she had cancer. She was such a service lady. Most of her life I've seen her. My life, half of it. No, I mean until I was 15. And then she passed away. So 16, 17, I can't remember. But she dedicated her life to her brother's children. And she cooked and she gave tea in our hand to those children, and one of them even hit her and abused her, like Mutahar, and took her sister's apartment where she now was staying because she could no longer stay with the people she served in her life. So my grandaunt Mamie was such a decent lady, so refined, because they had a lot of wealth before, which was taken from them. But she lived such a beautiful life in service to her brother's children. But talking about her, I would not do justice anyways. I don't know, I can't believe the way these people like Mutahar Usmani, these greedy people, they're greedy and they're ungrateful. Two things were told in the Quran, and it's so true. They're greedy and they're ungrateful. And so they become envious of anything they see which others have but they don't have. And there's this other lady, they've ruined her life, Mutahar Usmani and Shabir Usmani. They've ruined Fairy Auntie. They tried to ruin her house, her family house, and how could they go on making their own family? I just don't understand this. And there were many times when we didn't have the internet, and I felt so helpless, but there was one way to save Fairy Auntie, and that was to go to Canada and get in touch with her. And I requested or asked her son-in-law if we could do something for Fairy Auntie, but we couldn't. Things don't happen the way we would like them to happen. And so it was really important to help one person out there whom I knew Mutahar Usmani would be destroying. And I just couldn't see it. The person, please understand this, the person is not mad. You may call me mad or think that because my mother was unwell. Neither is Fairy Auntie mad. And so, but even if I tell you she's not mad, and no one understands this. I'm trying to get through to people who are saints. And so if we can help prostitutes in sex trafficking, we can help them get a decent life and stop blaming because they're victims from probably something has gotten to them, and they have no other way. But about this Mutahar Usmani's case, the way she breaks people and their family members, it's very, very tough. Even the daughter cannot help the mother. Even the family members cannot help. Let's say like me or Fairy Auntie, whom Mutahar Usmani has tried to ruin thoroughly and completely.